Okay, to start off, in case you have no clue what the heck I'm wondering, what I'm using here, this is called Prezi. We will have one of these tech things covering Prezi. This is kind of where PowerPoint's going, and I'll talk about this later. PowerPoint's going to probably be obsolete, at least at our school, in the future. So it's kind of nice, and it doesn't take long to do this. First thing we're going to go over today, really simple stuff, at least I think it's simple, so stop me if I go too fast. We're going to talk about selecting folders, whether it's 1, 2, 5, 6 folders, and we're going to use a couple different techniques. Those techniques are shift clicking, control clicking, and then dragging. And then I'm just going to go ahead and go over to folders. So if you're following along here, if you know how to select, then just kind of hang out for a second. I'm just going to go to my documents, for example, because I have some files and folders here. Different way, let me know if you're not there. Okay.
Sorry, you missed us.
It's fine.
Where do we go?
Where are we supposed to go?
Just go down here to your Windows button, and let's just go to My Documents, the Documents folder for now. We're just trying to get up any kind of files or folders so I can show you how to select. Is there anyone that doesn't have anything in here?
No.
You don't have anything in there? Nothing in there?
I have stuff in there. I don't have folders. I just have
That's fine.
individual documents.
Okay. Nothing in there? Okay. Pay attention to this first part. We're going to make some folders in there for you. Okay? That'll be the next thing. So the way you're probably used to selecting is clicking and you drag a rectangle around something, right? Is this too easy so far?
No.
Okay. So see how it doesn't matter where I'm at. If I'm over here, it's not going to select it because you have to have your files selected here. You can select just a couple of them. Now, if I select, I can't click here and drag. Never mind, I guess I can. Sorry. So you can click here and drag, but I can't take part of this and part of this without doing something else here. So that's where your control click comes in. So for example, if you can drag, select part of something, if you hold control with your keyboard and select again, now you can select pieces of it.
I drag without the mouse.
What?
I drag without the mouse.
Hold your left mouse button down and drag over.
Oh.
Then the other thing, I said shift clicking. What's nice about shift clicking, I use it a lot, especially if, imagine these files, they go down really far on your page, rather than having to keep scrolling, or sometimes if you go to use your selection box and you drag down, you're not selecting what you want. A lot of times if I want, say, from here all the way down, I could scroll down. If you hold once you click, so if everyone can kind of click on one of these files or folders, if you hold shift and then you click, it's going to select from wherever you click. So if I have that selected, I hold shift, I come down here and click. Do you see how it's selecting that group? So you can select the range that way too. Some different ways to select files. Now I said for Mr. McGee here, we're going to go ahead and make a folder. So if you don't have a folder, you couldn't do some of that other stuff, we're going to copy what's in there so you're not going to delete it, because we're not going to end up deleting this folder. So we're just going to use this for this purpose here. If you right-click any of this white space area, so basically if you're right-clicking to the point you're not on a file, you're going to get different options. You get new here, and then you're going to go up to the top there where it has folder. There's different ways to do this. You can do it that way, or you can just put new folder there. I like using the right click because then you get a lot of different options. So if you don't want to make a new folder, you can copy and things like that too. So if you don't have anything in there, Mr. McGee, go ahead and do a new folder, and let's just name this tech. And all I'm doing there, I'm typing in the word tech and press enter, it creates your folder. I'm not losing anyone, am I? Okay, good so far? Okay, now what we're going to do, Mr. McGee, now you only have one folder in there. I want you to make another folder, just you. Make that folder whatever you want to name it.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What is the difference between going to File and Documents and just clicking on the desktop, like your district folder? Why would you save things in different spaces?
It depends where you want it. Like right now, the way this is set up, when I'm saving it in my documents, this is saving it just on my computer. It's not on my networked folder. What you're talking about is like in your teachers folder here, you might have a shortcut to your teachers folder. If I go in here into my teachers folder, this isn't being saved on the computer. So if something happens to my computer, this is actually saved on our network.
Okay, so is there a benefit to saving things in your documents on your computer as opposed to the district folder?
Currently, you can access anything on the network you can access from home.
Not true, I tried to make grade credit and never felt well.
Did you have Adobe?
Our standard one?
Did you have Adobe Reader?
I think my last one. I thought we only had that.
You need offline files set up. I'll have to do that.
Okay.
That's within your computer. I'll show you that individually. But the question there was, why would we save them in different places? It's all organization, which we're going to get into too. Right now we're just doing selecting and stuff like that. If I go back to my documents folder here, if you have some stuff in here, I don't want you to have that stuff get deleted. Select a couple things, whether you want to use the shift click or this drag method. And this other one that I'm using right now, this is the last basic way to select, it's control clicking. So for instance, say you get all of this stuff selected and you're like, oh no, I don't want this one right here. Well, sometimes you might have a lot of different files that you just went through and selected. If you hold your control and then you click, see how it deselects that, just that one, without having to go through and redo it all. So what we're going to do with these files that you just selected, we're going to copy these. There's a couple ways to copy. I like the keyboard shortcut. Pretty much any program you're going to use, Control and then a key is going to it's going to have a shortcut. So copy in every program I've ever used is Control C. So if you have something selected, you Control C, that'll copy it. If you're more into using the mouse, you can do your right click and then choose, and I deselected everything. You can do your right click and choose your copy. And the reason we're copying right now instead of cutting or deleting is so it doesn't move. If I cut this, whenever we paste it, that's going to be the next function we do. When we paste that in somewhere, it's going to be gone from that location. So now the tech folder that you created, did I have everyone create that tech folder? If you didn't create the tech folder, go ahead and create that. And then once you have this tech folder created,